Have you ever wondered what happens when the person you've wronged doesn't scream, doesn't shout, but just stays calm? It's a silence that can be more deafening than any argument. This is the story of Sarah and Tom, a couple who seemed to have it all, until a secret threatened to tear everything apart. But it wasn't the secret itself that was the most destructive part. It was the reaction. Sarah and Tom had been married for 10 years. From the outside, their life was a picture of suburban bliss. A beautiful home, two great kids, a golden retriever named Buddy. Tom was a software engineer, steady and reliable. He wasn't a man of grand romantic gestures, but his love was in the everyday things. The coffee he made her every morning, the way he'd fix anything that broke, his unwavering support for her ambitions. Sarah, a freelance graphic designer, craved a bit more excitement, a little more spark. She loved Tom. She truly did. But sometimes his predictability felt less like comfort and more like a cage. The slow fade began subtly. It started with a feeling of restlessness, a sense of, is this all there is? Sarah started going out more with her friends, staying out later. She told herself she was just reclaiming a part of herself she'd lost in motherhood and marriage. Tom never complained. He'd just smile, tell her to have fun, and make sure the kids were settled in bed when she got home. His trust was absolute, which, ironically, made her feel even guiltier. Then she met Alex at a work conference. He was everything Tom wasn't. Spontaneous, charming, a little bit dangerous. He showered her with compliments, listened to her with an intensity that made her feel seen in a way she hadn't felt in years. It started with innocent lunches, then late-night texts. Sarah knew it was wrong. Every ping from her phone sent a jolt of anxiety and excitement through her. She was living a double life, and the balancing act was exhausting. The affair wasn't just a physical thing, it was an escape. With Alex, she wasn't just a wife and a mom. She was Sarah, the exciting, desirable woman. The guilt was a constant companion, but the thrill was a powerful addiction. She started finding faults in Tom, magnifying his quiet nature into a lack of passion, his stability into boredom. It was easier to justify her actions if she could convince herself that her marriage was already broken. One evening, she came home late from a work dinner. The house was quiet. Tom was sitting in the living room, the lamp beside him casting a soft glow. He wasn't watching TV or reading. Just sitting. "Hey," she said, her voice a little too bright. "Sorry I'm late. The clients just wouldn't let me go." He looked up, and his eyes weren't angry or accusatory. They were just tired. "It's okay, Sarah," he said calmly. "We need to talk." Her heart hammered against her ribs. This was it. The confrontation she had been dreading and, in a twisted way, anticipating. She braced herself for the yelling, the accusations, the tears. She had her defenses ready, her excuses lined up. But none of that came. "I know, Sarah," he said, his voice level. "I've known for a while." He didn't say how he knew. He didn't have to. The detail didn't matter. The fact did. He just sat there looking at her, his expression one of profound sadness, not rage. "I'm not going to ask you for the details," he continued. "I don't think I could bear to hear them. I just have one question. Why?" The question, so simple and delivered with such genuine hurt, shattered her carefully constructed walls. She had been prepared for a fight, a battle of wills. She was not prepared for this quiet, devastating sorrow. She opened her mouth to speak, to offer one of her rehearsed justifications, but the words wouldn't come. All she could see was the man she had built a life with, the father of her children, looking at her as if she were a stranger. I don't know," she whispered, the truth of that statement hitting her for the first time. The thrill, the escape, it all seemed so cheap and flimsy in the face of his pain. There was no screaming match. He didn't call her names or throw things. He simply said, "I think you need to decide what you want, Sarah. But I can't live like this. The kids can't live like this. In the days that followed, the house was filled with a chilling quiet. Tom continued his routine. He made coffee. He got the kids ready for school. He walked the dog. He was polite, civil, but distant. It was like living with a ghost of the man she had married. She expected him to break, to lash out, to give her something to fight against. But his composure was unbreakable. His calm was not a weakness. It was a statement. It said, "You have broken something in me that I can't fix with anger." It said, "My love for our family is bigger than my desire for revenge." It said, "Your actions have consequences that go beyond a simple fight." This calm, this unwavering, heartbreaking composure is what finally broke Sarah. She had been ready for a storm, but his stillness was a tsunami. The absence of chaos forced her to confront the chaos she had created inside herself. There was no drama to hide behind, no anger to reflect back. There was only the quiet, steady hum of a life she had systematically dismantled, and the deep, abiding sadness in the eyes of the man who had loved her through it all. She saw Alex a few more times, but the thrill was gone. All she could see was the emptiness of their connection compared to the depth of what she had destroyed. His charm now seemed shallow, his spontaneity reckless. She ended it. But coming back wasn't simple. Tom had created a boundary, not of anger, but of self-preservation. "I need time," he told her. "I need to see if I can ever trust you again." The journey back was long and arduous. It involved therapy, both individual and as a couple. It required Sarah to do the hard work of looking inward, of understanding the void she was trying to fill, and learning to be accountable for her choices, not just her actions. She had to learn to sit with the discomfort of the damage she had caused, without the drama of a fight to distract her. Tom's calm wasn't a sign that he didn't care. It was the opposite. It was a sign that he cared so much, the betrayal had struck him at a level deeper than anger. It had hit the foundation of their shared life. Sometimes the most powerful reaction is no reaction at all. It's the quiet space that forces us to finally listen to the noise we've been making all along. This story isn't about placing blame, but about understanding the complex ways we affect each other. It's a reminder that true strength isn't always loud. Sometimes it's the quiet resolve to maintain one's dignity in the face of utter heartbreak. It's a silence that speaks volumes, and for Sarah, it was the message she finally needed to hear. Thank you so much for watching and sharing this time with me. If this story resonated with you, please hit that like button and subscribe for more content that explores the deeper side of our relationships. I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. Take care, and I'll see you in the next video.